Look, listen, hear me out. It's like take four. But look, listen, hear me out. I know I was gone for a minute, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn and figure out how to structure the stream. That's the streams that I want to get back to, and the to be tier list, because that's gonna be. I want that to be like a documentary. Hopefully by the top of the year, like January 3, 2025 type shit. But I don't know. We gotta. I'm working it out though. While simultaneously, I'm trying to bring gaming over here as well, because it's another beautiful form of media that I like to talk about. While I was doing all that though, originally this was gonna be a video about Jaden Newman and the leaks and the family and that whole situation. And while I may still do that, in like the final hour as I was putting down or prepping everything for the Jaden Newman video, Jenna Ortega threw me a lob from God.
Very good defense. Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers, pull, dang!
So I had to dunk that bitch. And the ball. Not not her, but like the ball. And so real quick, I'm gonna make this very clear. I'm gonna step on this high horse. I'm gonna step on this soapbox. I might say some things you don't like here, but listen, my nigga, tough is tough. Jenna Ortega said that she does not want spinoffs. She wants female-led roles and like female-forward content. And listen, hear me out, understand something really well. You can see I'm not a woman, but I am black though, so that's the route I'll be taking here. And simply put, very easily, plain language, she is 100% right. But also, it's not that fucking easy. Kill Bill is one of the first women-led franchises that comes to mind that ended up being a cultural icon, but that's few and far between. The thing that's really important to note about that, and weirdly enough, just a light parallel of The Big Bang Theory, is that those types of things generally come out of the person who's making them. It comes out of their pocket. And so that's a large cost, just in general, is a very large part of the reason why you don't see a diversity in content. The best way to produce something that you know will succeed is to give someone something that is identifiable. So black people that always say that they want new black superheroes, let's say, the reason why you generally see gender swaps and, or in this particular case, race swaps, is because the easiest way for me to tell you about superheroes is for me to tell you about Superman. So guess what that means? Superman's going to be black. The easiest way for me to present Green Lantern to you was fucking Hal Jordan, not Jon Stewart. Don't want to be the one to tell you this, but you go by what is more broadly identifiable, even if it's close. Because I know there are comic book fans that are going to be like, well, Jon Stewart's close because Justice League. Sure. But first off, you got to cast a nigga, which is a whole different issue, because you got to find somebody that fits, that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg and a slew of other things. But in general, staying on topic inside of the space of the context, the easiest thing for me to do is to give you the most identifiable version of something. It is the reason why shows like Raising Dion will tank. It is the reason why niggas might crucify me for this, but it's the reason why black people, it's the reason why Tyler Perry don't really make good quality movies. He make the shit that he make. If you give niggas content that goes above and beyond a certain space, they will generally succeed in concept, but you will not see the positive ramifications of that decision until significantly later. You see it all the time in film and media in general, where something becomes like a cult classic in this little niche space, or where somebody's like, hey man, do y'all remember this movie? And everybody has all these fantastic things to say. The reason for that is because you don't feel the impact of anything immediately. Is pause where necessary. You're just not, right? And so I get it, right? As people, you want that diversity, especially as someone that may be black or a person of color. As a black person myself, I want there to be diversity in film. I want to not tell black trauma stories. Shout out to Jamal the Creative for being one of those people that want to consciously put forth a great step forward in telling positive black stories. But you, who I'm talking to right now, you probably don't know who that is. And that's because the negativity is what sells, so that's what gets put out. Is it fair? No. But it's what happens until you put your own money forward, until you, yourself, look to be the change that you want, you're never gonna see that. If you believe in something, you put your money down. You find if you're making a movie, let's say, you find the colorists, you find the animators, you find the sound designers, you find all the people that are necessary. You find the intern whose job is only to be sure that everybody on staff keep water and food and stay hydrated. You get the medical staff necessary. You get the actors. You do the reshoots. You do all of those things. You accrue that cost. You take on that risk. And even then, to that same logic, bigger companies are significantly more likely to do that if you present them with a finished product than you are if you say, hey, I have this idea and no backing. You build a brand first and then present it to these people, because at least that way they know there is some financial gain that they have. There is a windfall to be had. They are not accruing 100% of the risk. That's why I started this channel. At some point, I'm going to branch off into film and animation, because I think it's a fantastic way to tell stories through beautiful mediums that can do things outside of the space of just like maybe a general movie can, or like you might be able to get done more in like a short film than you would a 3-hour long movie, because you can have more impactful moments. I can talk about that stuff forever, but staying on topic, I want to see change in the spaces that I'm trying to occupy. So how do I do that? I start with something like this, where I say, hey, let's start having these conversations, and then I turn that into the movie that I want, the anime that I want, the cartoon that I want, whatever I decide to do. So if you're someone that finds yourself saying that, hey, I want to see that change too, you need to make that change. You should never look to the general public to do that, because conceptually, if you want me to be honest, if you are the person right now that is listening to this and watching this that is telling yourself, I'm tired of race swaps and I'm tired of gender swaps, guess what, my nigga? You're the only one that cares. Most people don't give a fuck. The reason why the Little Mermaid shit felt like it was a massive point was because news picked it up from Twitter. Twitter only has like 15-20% of the world on it. I don't even think it's that high. I might be fucking gassing it. My mama don't got Twitter. You know what else my mama don't do? Give a fuck. Oh, it's Little Mermaid, that's cool. Most people don't think what you care about is important. So most people don't give a fuck, and Twitter will make you believe otherwise. I 100% understand that, but it's not, they just don't. Nobody does, because it doesn't in the broad matter. A lot more people than I think people are realizing, they just consume the content and go about their day. This is a media analysis video essay channel. I have way more friends that if I ask them their opinion on something, they just go, oh, it's cool, I like it. That's where that stops. And I love those. Shout out to the homies, I love them. But they don't give a fuck, dude. They don't care. They've never cared. And they won't start to randomly care because you care about it. So be the change that you want to see. Hell, if we really giving credit where credit is due, I love giving flowers. Shout out to Jamal the Creator for explicitly saying that he wants to make positive black content.
Jamal the Creative, creating content about black relationships that are successful. I want to create content that my community can look at and be, it can be an example for young kids, young adults, old people, whoever wants to watch it, of what a black relationship should look like and how we should deal with issues that happen into our life. It's too often that there's a lot of toxicity in our community and people thrive off of that. We're also being recycled and fed negativity.
And shout out to Toonrific Tariq for every time I step on his channel, he's giving flowers to an animator, animation, new conceptual art, some shit that I wouldn't be able to fucking find.
Today's indie animation highlight is a project I've been watching closely for a while, The Heroes of Tomorrow, or Thoughts. If you're from a certain era, this is the funniest thing in the world to you. After accidentally finding himself mixed in with a group of criminals, Rufus soon learns that there are far worse things to fear waiting for him in the shadows of Shiruwaza, a dark, indie, episodic horror comedy cartoon created by the homie Jax that is definitely for grown folks, so you young niggas stand back. The Heroes of Tomorrow isn't even out yet, but I can't help but admire the work poured into this thing. I'm in love with these designs, this world, these colors. Golly, I might start drooling again. Watching the characters and world morph and change over time as they figure the cartoon out has been a real treat. The glow up has been insane. I think the fact that Jax lets the audience in and see a lot of the production and test footage really helps build the anticipation. You can find The Heroes of Tomorrow on Patreon if you want to support production. But if you just want to be along for the ride, they're on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and don't forget to subscribe to Jax's YouTube channel, you know you want to.
Also, brother, I'm gonna put this on Twitter. Nigga, give me the Charlie Brown shit back, nigga. I fuck with it. I know that shit tank for you, but I fuck with it. Bring it back. Anyway, my point is, if you want to see something different, be the difference, my nigga. That sounds corny as shit. That sounds cornball as fuck. I get it. 100%. I do. Maybe you're not at that place in your life where you think that what I'm saying is valid. Maybe you're not at that age where you think that that makes sense. But I'm gonna be very clear on something. Don't nobody give a fuck about what you want to see but you. And that is on every end of the spectrum. That is on the keeping everything solidarity and white. That is on the making it fully diverse and inclusive. Don't nobody give a fuck. A large part of the reason why diversity was not a problem in prior movies was not only because they wasn't really giving niggas them opportunities, but also nobody cared. You have to make people care about things, and the only way to really make someone care about things while simultaneously bringing forth an impact is to give them content that they love, that does not feel like it is being forced upon them. I'm gonna shout out to Toonrific Tariq again. When he said this, I know this seems really fucking simple, and he's gonna hate this shit too, but I don't care. When he brought up in his How to Black video, because yes, that's the first one I found too, I'm sorry. When he brought up in his How to Black video that Johnny 2x4, this nigga, was black, I didn't put it together. Not because I didn't really notice, but because I cared about the character. Also, shout out to Comics Corner, because we had a similar conversation as well, and that's also kind of what this stemmed from. This was everything. I was just as passionate in our conversation. He'll tell you this too. I was just as passionate in our conversation. I just had to say this simply though, and I'll make this point one last time, just to run it home. If you want diversity and inclusion for whoever and whomever, whatever, to whatever degree, make that shit yourself, bro. It is not on big companies to pacify shit for you, because them niggas just doing whatever they can to survive in the same logic. And I know that sounds really crazy, because conceptually you would say to yourself, how is a $1 billion company doing whatever they can to survive? Because they understand the nature of the beast that most content creators have a fantastic understanding of, myself low-key included, because I'm getting there. Sometimes shit tanks, and when it tanks, we eat that time, we eat that effort, we eat that logic, we eat the scripting, we eat the whatever it took to make that video. If it does bad, I wear all of that. Nobody else does. And if let's say I hire a script writer, the script writer I paid, you know what happens? That money's gone, bro. I don't get that money back. Be the change that you feel like you want to see. Be the change that you believe should be present. If you see a hole in art currently, right this moment, as you live and breathe, and you think that something should be there, go make it, bro. Go make it. Is it gonna be easy? No. I'm not saying that. In fact, it will probably be one of the hardest fucking things you have ever done in your life. Like, literally, it will be one of the hardest things you have ever done in your life. In just me trying to learn what is required to make a film, I learned more than I ever thought I would ever want to know. But do you know what else happens? Then you will realize one of two things. You'll either realize you're not really about that and you're not as passionate as you think you are, or you will realize that there's a bigger cause present for you and you will take that onus upon yourself to be that greatness. Either way, things will either change or remain the same based on what you do. And that's a life lesson in general. That's all I got, man. I'm gonna step off my high horse, man. That was really fun. That was really fun, honestly. If you made this far in the video, you have to know that I appreciate you. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. These types of talks are always really great for me. Very cathartic, if you will. I sound really pretentious using words like that. But anyway, I'm really appreciative you made it this far in the video. Shout out to Toomrific Tariq. Shout out to Johnny Two Cellos. Shout out to that entire collective of people over there, from Harry on the Hook to Offbeat Kiki, all of them. Shout out to all of them. I watch y'all's content, and that's kind of what brought me here. Obviously, we don't cover things in the same space and the same logic, but I appreciate y'all's content. We always give flowers where flowers are due, as well as shout out to Jamal the Creative, Fenarios. I don't want to go farther than that, 'cause I don't know how many of them still make content. I know Big John might still make content as well. There's just a plethora of just fantastic creators that range in such a wide array that have had a positive impact on me, and they inspired me to create some version, my own version, my small little community right now. Shout out to the 300 subs we got. My little small version of the change that I want to see, and I'm hoping to further that impact with other content, I guess. I know, but I don't want to spoil nothing. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna step off this soapbox real quick. Also, shout out to the homie Comics Corner. We had this conversation not a long time ago, but we had it when Cape Crusader first came out, and he'll tell you I was just as passionate then as I am now. I might have used a little more colorful language with him, but that's because that's the homie. Love him to death. Go sub to him. He has like 100 odd some subs. Variety channel. Variety video game. I don't know what I say there, but variety video game channel. Shout out to him. That's my guy. I love him to death. And that's it, man. I'm hopefully gonna be back really soon with the college football 25 completionist run and a couple of other things that I'm working on. I might still drop the Newman video. I'm probably still gonna drop the Newman video because I got opinions on that shit too. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. Love y'all. Peace.